Karyn, happy 40th birthday. I'm gonna take you on a fun ride here through northern Italy. What do you know about northern Italy anyway? I'll wait. Peep the map. We're gonna walk through all the way from the over to the. After a hard day's work, this is where I sit in my chair. Also, before I go to a 50 Cent concert, hear me out, Moscato. Moscato is delicious if it's made in Asti. Asti is an area in Piedmont, which is northwest Italy. Piemonte, or foot of the mountain. The more famous sub-regions within Piemonte, Barolo, Barbaresco, those ones, they're delicious, but they're not an everyday type of wine. You know what it is? Moscato d'Asti. It's delicious. It's lower alcohol. It's sweet, but it's not syrupy. Next time 50 Cent comes to Minnesota, I go to his concert. I'm sipping some Moscato d'Asti before his show. Because who doesn't like it? It's delicious and tasty. You get notes of apple, sweet little peach, and it's just fun to drink. It's light, and it's going to get you feeling right in that right zone for when In the Club comes out.
Go share. It's your birthday. We gon' party like it's your birthday.
What's more celebratory than bubbles? We're going away from the Moscato. We're going into a little bit more serious bubbles, but not all the way serious. And Prosecco is so loved that I'm here to tell you which Proseccos you should be drinking. You want ones that say Corneliano or DOCG. Look for that on the label. Denominación de Origin Controle Garantita. Even the country of Italy guarantees it to be delicious. Again, this is another big company, Santa Margherita, but this is some fire Prosecco for a good price. This is what I like to buy the special mothers in my life for Mother's Day. The reason why the area the grapes come from is different is because these are the steep hillsides of the Prosecco region. And if you've been to a wine region before, they say the best grapes grow on the hillsides. The steep hillsides, good drainage. The sun rays are right here, right on the hill. Is hitting the grapes right. I know Karyn, one of her favorite white grapes or white wines to drink is Sauvignon Blanc. So there's other grapes that taste just like Sauvignon Blanc that don't get the love. You know what is home to all the great value obscure white varietals? Italy. This is one of my favorite grapes to say. It's from an area called Soave. Soave uses the grape called Garganega. Say it with me now. Garganega. It's fun. Another tip here, when you're looking at wine bottles, if it says Classico, that usually is going to separate a very specific area where they used to make this bomb wine, and then someone came in and rewrote the rules because they owned land on the outskirts. So then they made the area bigger, and the OGs were like, you can't do that. So we're going to call our place Classico. So look for Classico. Soave is one of them. Gavi, I think, is one of them. Chianti is a huge one. Chianti Classico. Pay a couple more bucks for Chianti Classico versus just regular Chianti. And next time you make a sandwich, use Pan Bimbo. This is the highest quality Mexico recipe white bread. So yeah, Soave, Classico, Garganega. I've told you this before. It's kind of like Pinot Grigio and Sauvignon Blanc made a delicious white wine. Kind of like when I turned you on to the Cortese from Gavi. It's similar. It's got nice acid. It's easy to drink. It ain't sweet. You get a lot of like the orchard fruits. It's delicious stuff. So if you ever see a Soave, get the Soave Classico, but you can expect it to just be a real crisp, delicious Sauvignon Blanc substitute. Our next wine is rosé, Val d'Adige. The Adige Mountains or something. Red grape called Schiava. Even their reds can be really light. Rosés are fantastic. They've got a little bit more body and a little bit more aromatics. So this might be something to sip on while y'all having a little snack or Probably, this would be a good one for after the 50 Cent concert too. Real crushable. Serve it chilled. This is a Northern Italian rosé you probably ain't had before. Schiava. Oh yeah, it's real getting sexy now. We in bed now. Getting into some reds finally. All the people want to drink only red wine. I don't get it. White wine's so delicious, but we've come to that time. We're going back to Piedmont. It's well known for Nebbiolo. Those are the famous wines of Barolo and Barbaresco. We're gonna keep it a little more basic, a little bit more fun, a little bit more everyday drinking. We could have went the Dolcetto route, almost did. Pivoted to a little Barbera. Not to be confused with Barbaresco and Barolo. Those are places. Barbera is a grape. This to me has got a little more body than we're talking about that last Schiava grape. It's like your go-to food pairing for pastas, red sauce, pizza. Real easy to drink. A lot of red fruits. It's not overly big. It's not that tannin bomb like a Cabernet. Final wine here. One of the first regions I fell in love with, Valpolicella. Veneto. You'll see a lot of bottles there with that word passo or a passimento. Wine called Amarone. Very famous. They kind of pioneered this process where they dry the grapes before they make the wine, which it makes the water evaporate out of the grapes, not all of it, but and it leaves just like the concentrated sugars and flavors and the sweet nectar. Those wines are expensive. Easily spending $60 a bottle, 80, 90, 100. We're not balling like that every day. So that's like a special occasion wine. If you ever see the term ripasso, appassimento, that means these wines are using some grapes, if not all. Typically is not all. Typically it's a blend of some regular crushed grapes and then some of these dry grapes. What happens when you use these dry grapes is you get a richer, more concentrated wine. It's an area that people who drink California wine and they drink the additives in it and stuff like Mega Purple, the Passimento method adds that flavor, that concentration naturally, cleanly. I'll put up my Passimento like $14 bottle up against your Josh and your bread and butter and all that other additive laden wine. So this next one is from Veneto and it's the Bonari Appassimento. So these are again some grapes you probably never heard of. Corvina, Rondinella, Molinara, with a portion of them dried on these mats, usually for several months before they're made into wine. And it just adds that richness and that body, but still the fruit is there and it's just delicious. It keeps you going back for more. Regions that you'll see, Veneto is the overall big region, but Valpolicella, that's the main spot. And that feels good to say too. Valpolicella. Since in the spirit of things, you're drinking Northern Italian wine, made me want to say I'm going to drink some Northern Italian wine. Dried grapes. Amarone is like the king. The Corvin is a really fun tool. You can just take out a glass. All right. So you just put it on. It's got a needle. It's going to push right down in there. While I press this button on the top here, take wine out and put argon gas in. So it's like this wine was never opened. Here we go. Have a little glass. And then I just write on the side. I took out about a glass back in November on the 7th when Chelsea had a couple friends over from DWR. Now I'm taking some out today. There's still about this much left in the bottle. So it's just a little fun experiment. Corvin, you can drink wine whenever you want a little bit. I hope you enjoy your birthday, girl. I'm just sending my love to you. I know you like wine. I like making these fun videos, trying to teach everybody a little something. Northern Italy's got some fire. Happy birthday. Being a leap day baby's got to be crazy. And shout out to B-Bev and Ja Rule. Happy 10th, 40th. Karyn XL. Love you. Oh my God. Man. Oh. It almost has like this raisin smell. Oh, it's delicious. I could just smell this all day. Amarone, baby. You like cherry pie?